Folks, welcome back to PAX Arena. Here we are getting back into Stream Stars. We're already halfway through. We got another fun one coming up, and it's the same desk as it has been. Whether that's fortunate or unfortunate, you decide. Kimona, Ajax, Lyric, all here with you today, and it has been a blast so far.
Yes, it's been a series of unfortunate events for some of the competitors, but it's fortunate for us to be able to have some fun up here, like you said before. It is going into the next game momentarily. The two leading up to this point were Smash Ultimate and Splatoon 3, and honestly, we saw some pretty high-level gameplay for what has been a pretty chaotic moment for many people in those you don't know what you're going to be prepared for leading into this competition.
I have to say, though, the game that is coming up for our Stream Stars is probably the most wild card of them all. I think a lot of people would assume after Smash and Splatoon, they'd be playing something like Mario Kart, but no, instead we are going to be playing Kirby's Dream Land Buffet, a very chaotic game to just add to the group.
This Kirby's Dream Buffet brought to you by DoorDash.
Basically, I mean, that is what we're here to do. We're here to eat and eat some more. That's what this game is all about. If you've never seen it, I don't even know how to, it's like 70% Fall Guys, 20% a restaurant, like.
You know what, this is just what Kirby wanted. I mean, we have the entity that can, you know, just take out entire galaxies, but instead he's just happy all the time and gets to eat a lot of strawberries, because that's what we're going to see. They're going to be chasing down those strawberries as the race goes on. They're going to be trying to make it to the end. You want to be the one who tries to make it the play for that 50 cake to get those points on faster. However, if you're neck and neck with someone, it might be okay to maybe go towards one of the lower points, because if you don't get to the cake first, you get bounced away. And when you get bounced away, that gives someone else an opportunity to sneak it. So you might have gotten the most points, or you end up being the outlier, staring at everybody else, getting all the strawberries as you move into the next round.
It's going to be a particularly intense version of Kirby's Dream Buffet as well, because we're going to be doing 1v1s, and I think that's, everybody's like, yeah, 1v1, yeah, 1v1 me, we're going to find out who, and it's in Kirby's Dream Buffet, which I love. I want to see people, because again, we talked about, like, you know, Smash, Splatoon. Most people will go like, okay, we're going to be playing Nintendo games. I probably expect those to show up, right? like you said, Lyric, wild card. I don't know how many people have prepared for this game, and I want to see some people try to figure it out on the spot.
Yeah, I think this is a good game to digest right away because, honestly, all you got to do is roll forward, get some strawberries, and you'll figure it out as you keep going. Honestly, I needed one in there. Ajax got one in there. Now, Kimona, you need one at the end, okay?
No, I don't.
Hey, look, Lyric wanted a cake, and we're
I
going
don't
to eat
need
it
one.
too, okay? That's what matters here. And oh, Kimona loves us so much. We also love this. We also love the Kirby franchise and the uniqueness of it. Like, there's a lot of great games that have come out over the years. This one is kind of a stray away from the normal gameplay we've seen with Kirby. Obviously, has a great pool of villains that you've been able to take out over the years, and Superstar Allies was another great time to be able to play all of them. But now you get to see all of those characters who've been putting in some galactic problems to everybody, and instead they're going to be rolling around.
Yeah, I mean, you know what
food.
this is that, every Kirby game starts off with Kirby's picnic gets interrupted or something, right? And he didn't get to eat his. This is what happens when the picnic doesn't get interrupted.
It's when the picnic
What you're about
now
to
devours
experience is, you're like, but I wonder what would happen if he could just be happy. It's this.
Yeah,
You're going to get to experience it.
We've been talking about this too. You mentioned this. Kirby has always had some really great multiplayer games as well. I mean, on the Nintendo GameCube, you can't forget about Kirby Air Ride. What a great multiplayer game. And honestly, Dream Buffet is no different. You can play this, one-on-one. You can play with 4 players. You can play online as well. There's tons of things this game has to offer.
To whom it may concern, who can hear me in the distance, please give us more Kirby Air Ride. I know somebody in here who can make it happen, okay? So one of you, please make it happen. More of that game, well, more of this, of course. Like we said, this is very unique, and it's still a racing game at its core with the way that you're going to try to race the end. But there's also the final buffet. When you are in that spot, you're trying to... It's a bit of a mini battle royale, if you will, and with the 1v1s, that creates an interesting situation because there's not the group effort of everybody trying to knock you off the stage. This is just the 2 people who are just trying to knock each other off the stage. The spike, of course, being a great power-up in that. So if you can get a hold of that, it's great. Also, I love the customization you can get on the Kirbys as we see the bandana, Waddle Dee bandana on the Kirby here on player 1 side.
I gotta love seeing any kind of bandana D, but yeah, blue and red going at it. I believe that's Abdallah and Abdallah on the left and Ash on the right.
Yes, looks exactly like it. And I think, just like we've been talking about this entire time, what are you prioritizing? So it seems like Ash is prioritizing getting a lot of the strawberries, but unfortunately falling off there just a little bit much here. Using the spice, though, to get ahead. I mean, you do have a couple of speed power-ups in here as well, but Abdallah just looking so strong.
And speaking of that, prioritizing getting things like the tornado. Tornado pulls everything towards you, so it makes it a little easier. And Abdallah, wasting no fear, going right across the bridge in the center to move a little bit further. That tornado power-up, and he's also holding up to another power-up here. Gonna go ahead and stop that one right away.
The sense from Abdallah looking at the other screen and going, okay, I know she's coming. She's right behind me, isn't she? I've got to make sure that this gets stopped because Abdallah has been prioritizing getting to the end first, getting the big reward. You see the big cake looming in the distance, and it's going to be all Ashes, isn't it?
You gotta eat all of the cake, though, just using your palm on the circle. Here we go. We'll see what's gonna happen, but 67-35. Looks like Ash is gonna be the winner that round.
All you needed to do was get one good play, and it was actually Abdallah who got knocked off by one of the CPUs, push him out of the way, and now we're gonna go to that buffet round where we're gonna have to go up against each other. Power-ups are the key here. You gotta make sure you're knocking people off, because as they get knocked off, they're gonna lose out on some of those points they have.
And being big and full can also be a really big advantage here. You see that Ash right now, I mean, still sitting with a very comfortable lead as the time ticks down. Looks like it's going to be all hers. That 3 really evading her, but it doesn't matter. Nearly doubling Abdallah's score.
Oh my God, look at that Kirby big.
Yay!
And now another race. So we're going into another race round here, Lyric. We saw how Abdallah's kind of giving some respect over early. Let's focus on the next race. Let's make sure I'm prepped for as we go to this one, because if he gets access to that 50 cake first, he can still easily get himself back into this.
Absolutely, and I like the way that Ash is really just